My name is Lisa Hawkins. I grew up in Tupelo, Mississippi. I graduated from Tupelo High School. I went to college at the W. I became a nurse. I've had several different things that I've had the opportunity to do in life. My husband says I'm easily bored. Jim, bless his heart, he's rode the ride with me. And we own Room to Room. But this is not about Room to Room. This is about something special that we wanted to join together and do something unique and special and memorable for whoever wants to come to the garden. It's called The Rooted Path, and I hope you'll join me in the story that we'll tell as we go down the rooted path together. Over 10 years ago, we began to have a vision for something really special, and it was called The Rooted Path. This logo was created, and a lot of work and thought kind of went into what we were trying to do. And actually what we wanted to do was to try to honor the Lord in a different kind of way. It's transpired over several different things, but now it is coming to life. This business had grown. We had all this property. And I remember saying, Lord, what do you want to do with all that? Because I didn't see a use or have a vision for it at all. But I used to love to go down to Waco and see what Joanna and Chip Gaines had kind of created down in the Waco area. Now, I knew I couldn't do anything on that scale, but just to do something small and unique for Tupelo. It kind of got the vision for something called the Rooted Path out here on Cliff Gookin. You hear the trucks and the cars going by. I've told several people about what I was thinking about. Byron Fellows came in one day to the store. I began to tell him kind of what I had hoped for. And, I wanted to figure out using this space as a public area for people to be able to gather. I wanted to be able to tell stories about people and special things and tie their favorite verses in. And number one, please don't go look at my yard. It's not good. I'm not a gardener. I don't know things. But Byron, when I kind of told him about it, his amazing self drew a plan. I'm sitting here on this corner. There's just so much to it. There's so much I want to explain. Heather has done some amazing slides to tell you about like the purpose, the mission, the pieces, parts of it, because it is more than just a garden. Now, I'm inspired by my grandmother Wood. Y'all have seen me write about her sometimes. But I want you to know, this is not about Room to Room. This is not about bringing people here to shop at and I was afraid people would think that. But no, that's not the purpose. It's to honor who has blessed us, and I want to give back to our community in a meaningful way to create a space where families can come and gather. You might even picnic, to tell these stories about very special people like Smitty and Louise Harris who live here. Smitty was a POW, and Louise, she was serving here, as his wife and his family, in a really difficult time, 8 years. His sacrifice has made it possible for us to remain free today so that we live in America. His patriotism, his contribution, the 23rd Psalm kept him going. There's just things that are important that I think our children and adults need to know about. So what is the Rooted Path? It's a welcoming public space located off Cliff Gookin. There you are. It's devoted to nurturing the mind, the body, and the spirit through experiences. To have peace and personal time and space. We want it to be a sanctuary of tranquility, renewal, and spiritual connection with God. We want you to be able to come here and join friends, youth, families, all different kinds of things. I don't even know what all this will entail. Somebody even gave me the vision that girls may want to get married here one day. I don't know. It's all up to the Lord of what He wants to use this thing for. We have several purposes for this: spiritual, educational, beautification, social, economic, and volunteerism. The spiritual aspect, it all began in a garden. And that's a timeless symbol of hope. A garden represents the full cycle of life, from growth to renewal, from beauty to inevitable change. Gardens reflect biblical principles of embodying hard work, stewardship, care, and generosity. Fosters patience, creativity, diligence, self-control, and serves as a constant reminder of our dependence on God. Because the rain, the wind, how seeds grow, how they come up, you know, it is a beautiful thing to see that process occur. We even hope to have opportunities for memorials and honorariums in the garden, and that's been something that has developed rapidly that I'll tell you about at the end of the video. Education is very important to me. I love to learn new things. I'm a learner, but I want this to be a place for field trips for students and children. I want to have one day beehives, offering an outdoor classroom here. In the garden, I want to feature plants of the Bible and the scripture that goes along with those. So it's really multi-focused. So that's education. Beautification. I love flowers. At the end down here, we're going to have a very large, it's a little over a half an acre of wildflowers. Wax Seed has offered those seeds to us, so we're excited about that. We got the planter boxes right here. We'll do vegetables, and we'll do a lot of other special things. I want a scripture stone garden. There'll be different plaques that you can read, you know, QR codes to maybe read to you. I don't know. It's just going to be very, very unique. Next, social. So there's a big oval area on the far side that's not developed yet. It was for, you know, the next phase. But that little oval with turf, we'll be able to play cornhole, other games that families can come together and join and have some fun activities in the outdoors. Youth groups maybe want to come, but a gathering space with benches and places to have peace and meditate. Maybe if you even want to have a picnic, come and bring your blanket. Economic, you know, we want to have things that invite people to want to come here and live. But I really want people to be able to get interested in gardening, support our local garden centers. We've got Walton's that's right here. Down the road is Phillips Garden Center. And then one of my neighbors, Mid-South Nursery. We want people to, you know, make purchases there. They may want to put some things in the garden, but I hope that we will support our local businesses. Through tourism and some other things that are, I hope, to come up in the future, we want it to be an economic benefit to our region too. Volunteerism. Y'all, we're gonna have to get some people to volunteer out here. Things that I think about, maybe youth, you know, Boy Scout projects. They have to have service hours at different schools. Local garden groups, whoever might be interested. You know, you might just have a day that you want some tranquil time. You come out here and just volunteer. You don't have to tell me you're coming. This is all of our space. All right, now this is a crazy part right here. That's a future plan, and if the Lord has it, it's gonna happen. Butterfly conservatory. Honey production from our little beehives that we've got going. Maybe even one day I'll have an area for outdoor concerts, movie venues, like a small farmer's garden or a farmer's market where, you know, farmers, I don't want to be competing with downtown with our depot or anything, but, you know, there's other days of the week. Somebody might want some tomatoes or need some squash. I don't know what the future holds for this thing, but I know the good Lord does. Also, I have some wonderful neighbors. I have some wonderful business neighbors, Becky and Marty Walton. They started the garden center over here. I want to support everybody, but we had a recent tragedy that broke our hearts. We wanted to remember Sherry Lazar. Sherry died about a week ago. That is what has propelled me to push this going forward. Miguel has my raised beds finished, and the next thing he was going to have was what we're going to have, the element that was going to be in the garden where there's a structure. I have loved the little greenhouse that Walton's sale. It almost reminds me of a little church. I told them that I wanted to purchase that and place it on the site, and they decided that they wanted to donate that in memory of Sherry. So my first thought for Sherry was she loved to teach reading. So we wanted to create a free little library. That little library can hold books for children to come out and take one. They can read it while in the garden with their family. They can take it, bring another one back. Those are going to be some of the first things that are going to come into this. Sherry's memorial will be that greenhouse that the Waltons are donating, the little library that we're going to have built and filled with books. Her life was important. You know, Mother's Day is coming up this weekend. She was an important mother. She loved her child just like we do. We're so broken over that entire event. I know that she's in her heavenly home, enjoying the beautiful gardens of heaven, and she's at peace and she's at rest. That's what I want us to remember and think about. I really didn't think about somebody joining in with us, but the project is bigger than anything that I can do. And I guess the Lord just had to tell me that. And so we set it up and we received a donation, an anonymous donation. I don't know who they are. I don't know anything about them other than they don't live here. You can support it right now too in a special way as we remember Sherry, or whatever you want to do. We have created a nonprofit. You could get information here at the store. You can go online. We have a QR code here that shows all the mission, the plans, the purpose, future plans, all those things, and the drawing. But if you want to make a donation, you can scan a QR code here, or you can go to the Rooted Path in care of the Create Foundation. If you want to do it in honor or memory of somebody, you can include that. This one has in memory of Sherry Lazor. It's P.O. Box 1053, Tupelo 38802. You know, I'll tell more stories about how good God is. The Lord wants good for us. You know, Jeremiah 29, He tells us, the plans I have for you are for good and not for evil. So sometimes we just need to be reminded of some things. So I hope you will find peace in this garden. I hope there'll be lots of laughter here. The message of the Rooted Path is really simple. The message is to love God and love people. That's what it's all about. So we invite you to come to the Rooted Path.